Okay, this moment hits hard for me, and it probably hit hard for you as well too. Seeing two brothers fight against one another, it's a really sad sight to see when I think about it because it's like you don't want to have to do that, and you can see Todoroki and then Dabi as well. Dabi's getting pushed back, and it's just like what is happening? Like he's just kind of shocked that Todoroki was able to end up defeating him. Yet Todoroki's crying in tears because he's like, I don't want to have to punch my brother. I don't want to have to fight my equal. I don't want to have to fight my other half, basically. So it's a very painful and emotional experience to see because maybe you're having this own conflict with your own family members, with your own internal thoughts, with your own internal psyche. It's one of those things that I myself have considered very in depth, and it's a very sad moment because it's like we don't ever want to have to like throw the punch for our family, but it's like if our family members are completely out of control and are going against the wrong and they have vengeful hearts and they're wanting to prove and like kill everybody else and like do morally unjust things, it's very hard for us to want to have to fight against that person. That's why I liked in the most recent episode where Todoroki was like, this is my duty, I have to help him out, and Dabi was like, I am also like, I've thought about you as well too. And Todoroki was the only person that was able to actually defeat Dabi. And that's why when I hear these things where it's like when Dabi's talking about like when you go past your limits, it's like everything you've ever made gets reversed or revised, which is absolutely true. And why I look at it in terms of like I could see as many moves as I wanted in like watching his endeavor on the computer. And I see these things and I'm like, that's a good point. Like we can watch and duplicate other people, which I hope that's what you're doing with watching my videos. And I just want to let you know that I am taking on 5 of you who are wanting to like create money online or have some sort of like endeavor to be able to change your life in a more meaningful way. I've been working with a couple of other people. There's a link down below that you can click on to schedule your first meeting. It's just a one-on-one introductory call to see if I can actually help you, because I'm only able to help out 5 people right now just due to my time constraints. So I just want to let you know that if you are interested in having like one-on-one personal guidance, you're more than welcome, and more like I'm happy to help you out with that. It's going to be a Calendly link, and like I mean, this is what it looks like. This is what a couple of people have been saying. It's just like before I connected with you, I had no social media or any foundation. So if you have no social media, no foundation whatsoever, then by all means you can do that as well. And I know this is a little pitch, but it's something that I need to say because I know that my words are able to help you, and I know some of the comments that I have had have been able to help a lot of you out as well too. And I know that from my own personal experience, I didn't have the strength as maybe I once did to be able to stand up and fight my brother like Todoroki ended up doing with Dabi in the most recent episode. So if you're struggling to overcome some of like your self-limiting beliefs, or you're trying to figure out how to fight somebody and you're like, I don't know how to overcome this, I don't know how to defeat them, then schedule a call, 30 minutes. All I ask is that you show up and just be willing to answer some of the questions that I have. You don't have to have any foundation between like having a social media presence, knowing as long as you have some sort of creative endeavor that you're working on. It could be painting, drawing, writing, anything along those lines. I'm able to help you out. Even if you don't have something like that and you're trying to figure out like, what do I do with my life? How can I make a little bit of extra cash so that I don't have to be working a normal standard corporate job? Then I suggest scheduling a meeting, because even like what I was saying, was one of the people that I have been working with. She was able to make her first sale and first dollar online within less than 2 weeks with 0 social media presence. So just keep that in mind. So back to what I was saying was like, he's doing this so he can accept himself, the reason why I was born into this family. And a lot of us, maybe we don't know why we were born into this family or what our real reason for our existence is. So being able to accept your power as is and creating it into your own is something that I find incredibly insightful. And maybe that's something that you're struggling with, is like you have been preconditioned to believe that this is the thing that you need to do. And there's going to be another video that I have coming released on the next day around Deku and how he kind of helped Todoroki overcome and realize his full potential, which that's basically what I'm doing. Like I'm Deku and you're Todoroki, and maybe you haven't accepted a certain aspect of yourself and you're like, well, I want to accept myself, but I don't know how to accept myself. That's where I come in, and I'm the person that's able to bring that light out of you. So that's basically what I'm doing. And it's like, it's okay for you to be one. You don't have to be bound by your blood. Maybe a lot of you think that you're bound by your blood right now and you don't think that you can do this because of the family or the environments that you grew up in. And I'm here to tell you that that's not true. You can actually do anything that you want to do if you set your mind to it and you have a focus and a determination and you have a creative project, which in all likelihood I know that you do have a creative project, because everything that I've ever seen from other people that I've worked with have been incredibly creative and incredibly insightful, incredibly inspiring. Like just seeing the artwork and hearing that like my words have been able to help somebody change their life has been a super meaningful thing. And that's what I want to do with you as well, because I know a lot of us struggle with like putting our work out there, doing the creative work. I mean, you can see me on this channel as well. Like some videos get lots of views, some videos don't get lots of views, but like I stay consistent with it because I know that is part of what I want to do and it's part of my duty. As Todoroki was telling his dad in the most recent episode, was he's like, it's my duty to stop Dabi, and his dad Endeavor's like, no, it's my duty, like I have to do it. And it's like, no, you're better off facing off against All For One. And I like that whole aspect of like being able to understand like what your duty is. And that's where I also come into play, is like helping you understand like your superpower, helping you understand like who you are, what you can do and what you can achieve in this life, because you are only set by the limits that you have instilled within yourself. And having me come in and help you out to help you break through those like self-limiting beliefs and understand like, hey, I can do this. I do have the opportunity to make everlasting change. Like what the one person was saying that I have been working with over the past 2 weeks, like I was talking about too, is it's just like your patience and guidance and helpful support has made me feel confident in what I am doing, from helping me to set up my social to devising a plan for releasing content, deciding on the goal, and encouraging me through my first sale. You have been an irreplaceable companion. I think everyone can learn something from even one conversation with you, Caleb. And that's what I've been doing. And the other thing is like, I've another person, she ended up like shaving dogs, and it's just like you open my eyes to my negative self-talk and push me. I didn't realize I wasn't pushing myself. A couple of comments from you guys from the videos as well, and it's just like, this is only for people that are wanting to put in the work, and it doesn't even have to be that much work. You can be 10-15 minutes a day. I'm not asking you to be on social media scrolling all the time, but I'm helping you get from a consumer to a creator so that you can start to live the life that you want to live. If that is you, and if that's something that you want to truly pursue and go after, then by all means, I recommend taking a call. 30 minutes, going to ask you some questions, may even last over 30 minutes if we get into a good conversation. And you can also do this all without showing your face. So if you're worried about showing your face, you don't have to have your camera on. You don't have to show your face online. You don't have to show your face at all. Because I understand that may be a reservation. You might be thinking, well, like, Caleb, I have to show my face. Like, I have to do this. And it's like, you don't. I was faceless on this channel, as you can see, for 3 years, and I was still posting videos and getting stuff out there. So you don't have to show your face if that's not something that you want to do. All I can say is that like you have to be willing to stand up and fight the evil that stands within your way, even if it does hurt. It's called having courage. Like Todoroki had to have the courage to take out Dabi. It wasn't something that he wanted to do, but he had to do it because he's like, I need you to stop. And it's just like he's like, our paths will cross even if it's forced. So please stop. And he had to do that. And from doing so, like he didn't want to. Like you can see the tears in Todoroki's eyes. And that's what I want to do, is like, we can even see this in the most couple of episodes too, with the guy that had the strap around his belt and was going up against All For One during that whole plan. He was terrified, yet he still did it. So you also may be terrified with like posting or putting yourself out there. And that's why, like I say, you don't have to show your face if you don't want to, but it's just a matter of like getting your art out there so that you don't have to be living a normal corporate job or doing things that you don't want to do, because in this age of the internet, you can do and be anything that you want to be. And I'm here to help you do that. So with that being said, if you're interested, there's a link down below. You can schedule a call. Happy to help you out. 30 minutes, completely free. All I ask is that you show up on the time that you scheduled, and I'll talk with you soon.